everyone, welcome back to another 1v1 battle for Warhammer multiplayer here. I am bringing Grimgor and what I'm calling Grimgor's Boyz. I don't usually ever focus on builds that revolve around the Black Orcs, so this is actually kind of unique for me. I'm bringing a total of 4 normal Black Orcs, then we have the Crimson Killers being led by Grimgor, a front line of Gobos, we have 2 Goblin Big Bosses on their spider mounts, we have a Orc Shaman with the Foot of Gork, here we go, and then Fist of Mork? I think, the other single target buff spell. And then I have 2 Nasty Skulkers over here in Vanguard deployment, just because I wanted them to wrap around the enemy's flank if at all possible. For the Chaos player here, we have a group of Dragon Ogres, a front line of Chaos Warriors with great weapons, a Chaos Pharaoh Manticore, the Kolek Sun Eater, the one and only, and then off in the forest over here, we have 2 Chaos Knights with lances each. So seeing as how I don't have any Cav that has any disadvantages in the forest because these spider riders have Strider, I really want to fight in this forest. I want to fight right here, so I'm taunting these Chaos Knights to try and start an engagement in this forest because these Chaos Knights, Kolek, the Manticore, and the Dragon Ogres all have a disadvantage when fighting in the forest because they do not have Strider, so they are large creatures and it's going to be hard for them to fight there. The enemy player is going to move Kolek over here to our flank very quickly, and I just need to rush very quickly into this forest right here because I do not want to be caught out here in the open because then I have no advantage whatsoever. So we're going to try and interrupt this one Chaos Knight's charge with our Goblin Big Bosses, then we're going to throw in our Black Orcs there to fight him, and then I'm going to pull Grimgor over here to try and fight against Kolek, who's charging our Black Orcs, but again, he is in a forest, so he is going to be at a disadvantage here, so we have a chance of bringing him down. My 2 Nasty Skulkers are currently trying to hide from these Dragon Ogres, who are going to be coming around, I believe, this way, so very long flanking maneuver, and so I'm going to be pulling these guys over, and then they're going to be coming down behind these 2 Chaos Warriors. This entire battle, for the most part, is just going to be happening in this forest because that is where I want it, and luckily enough for me, my opponent is going to accept this battle. Now, I don't have any kind of advantages over these Chaos Warriors because they're also small units, but still, I am negating some of the potential of the 2 Knights, which is very scary, the Chaos Manticore and Kolek Sun Eater, who's now engaged with our 2 Goblin Big Bosses, and Grimgor is still on his way. He is pretty slow. My Goblin Big Bosses here are going to get hit pretty hard, even through the disadvantage of Kolek's large size in the forest. They're still going to take a beating. It only takes a couple hits to bring a Goblin down. So you can see they have taken about 2 hits here. I think 1 hit here. But Grimgor is finally going to get there, and he is backed up by some nearby Goblins. And I believe I pull a Black Orc over here. There they are. They're coming in behind Grimgor. And when Grimgor got in there and we wad and we stand your ground, we just crushed through Kolek. So I'm going to send a Goblin Big Boss to try and chase them off the field. Meanwhile, I'm currently micromanaging our Gobos and our Black Orcs over here. And I believe I'm going to try and get a surround or engage these 2 Chaos Knights and this Chaos Warrior with our Black Orc group there. Meanwhile, the Orc Shaman, I think I actually missed it, but I cast a Foot of Gork on these 2 Chaos Warriors here. I think I did miss it. It happened when we were fighting Kolek. Wow, I'm kind of surprised I missed it. Well, I'll show it in the cinematic view later. But we cast the Foot of Gork on these 2 Chaos Knights. And I also cast the Fist of Mork, that buff spell, on the Black Orcs that are over here to keep them in the fight a little bit longer against the Chaos Warriors. And now we are getting these 2 Nasty Skulkers over here. Now, what I didn't notice is I thought that we would be able to chase out Kolek. But unfortunately, he came back from routing, and now we're out in the open, so he's actually going to just totally destroy this Goblin Big Boss. Because I was over here micromanaging Grimgor, the Black Orcs, the Orc Shaman, who is now surrounded, unfortunately, because of my mismicro for him. I think I gave him an attack order here, and I didn't mean to. So he's actually going to be destroyed right here. Now, luckily enough, I did cast at least 3 spells, so we got some work out of him, but not as much as we could have. But now the Nasty Skulker is going to get in here, and they're going to assist Grimgor, who is taking a lot of damage from these Chaos Knights, and some damage thing from Kolek, and now this Chaos Pharaoh Manticore. But these Nasty Skulkers, they're both going to come back in here, and they're just going to crush what's left of these Chaos Warriors. Their Opportunistic Murderer trait's going to proc because they're winning combat. Well, actually, because, well, it procs and then recharges as long as they're winning combat. So they are going to wrap these Chaos Warriors. So this Black Orc group who's been dealing with the Dragon Ogres, I'm going to keep them here and keep these Dragon Ogres busy while Grimgor and the Nasty Skulkers now going to go around. And they're going to try and flank what's over here, which not much really remains. Now this whole battle, my enemy here has been rear charging my Black Orcs with these 2 Chaos Knights. But again, we're fighting in the forest, which is perfect for me. The Chaos Charge will still do damage, but it's not nearly as much as it would if it was out in the open. So you can see the sheer amount of Black Orcs and the Crimson Killers has overwhelmed the Chaos Warriors with great weapons here, and the Nasty Skulkers is going to come in here and kind of finish them up, and we're doing a lot of damage to these Chaos Knights with the Black Orcs. Kolek Sun Eater, after destroying my Goblin Big Boss, is going to come in here. He does not have much health left, but at this point, the Kolek is going to do cycle charges, which is very good for Kolek. The Black Orcs here are slowly being killed, but like I said, very, very slowly, because again, the stats for the Dragon Ogres are weakened here in the forest, so they're able to hold them off for a very long time. And I have a very still solid foundation of Black Orcs over here, along with those 2 nasty Skulkers and Grimgor. I'm trying to catch Kolek here. He's going to do another recharge, I think a couple more. Meanwhile, the Chaos Knight's going to come in once more. Pharaoh Chaos Manticore is going to come in again for another charge. Now, if we were out in the open, man, these Knights would have just destroyed our Black Orcs, because they were doing rear charges. Like, they weren't charging the front. My Black Orcs weren't really braced, so they would have just taken so much damage and probably would have routed. But again, that is why you got to use the terrain to your advantage. I pulled the fight over here, and my opponent accepted the fight, which was honestly a bad call on their part. I don't know if they were really thinking about the disadvantages of large creatures and how many they actually had here. But it's going to turn against them. We're going to be pulling in goblins that had routed off earlier in the battle. We're going to help our Black Orcs out here, are nearly almost all dead. And Kolek Sun Eater is just going to fall right there to Grimgor, and now we're chasing off the rest of their forces. And that is going to be a victory for Grimgor's Boyz. MVP of this battle for me was the trees, hands down. Kolek, he was kind of just not doing that much. Dragon Ogres, those Chaos Knights, very good micro on my opponent's part, because they really did cycle charge all the time. Like, they were really on point with it. It's just it was kind of negated a little bit by them charging in the forest. So my Black Orc group was able to win the day out against those Chaos Warriors for this one. If this was out in the open against the rear charges of like Dragon Ogres and Chaos Knights, I truly think I would have lost this battle. If we played this out like right here, if I had just deployed here and just charged forward, I think with the micro that I saw from my opponent, they would have definitely won this fight. But good games to my opponent. Let's take a look at the kill count. Grimgor netting 31 kills is not that impressive number-wise, but they did have a smaller army. You can see only 476 because it is a very elite army. And he also dealt so much damage to Kolek. He smacks Kolek around, again, because we're fighting the forest. Let's see, Orc Shaman got 10 kills. Not that amazing, but we'll show off I'll show off the Foot of Gork here in just a bit. Gobos, they engaged and then routed really quickly against Chaos Knights, or Chaos Warriors, to be expected. The Nasty Skulkers, one racked up a ton of kills, and then the Black Orcs, for the most part, did pretty well. And then for Razak, still getting 76 kills on Kolek in the forest is pretty impressive. The Chaos Warriors did just a little less than our Black Orcs there, but except for this one, 92 kills is very good. And even charging in the forest, these guys still netted a ton of kills. Some of those may have been against Gobos, but I'm sure a lot of those were against the Black Orcs. Pharaoh Manticore, 24 kills, and then the Chaos, or the Dragon Ogres killed a lot of Black Orcs there at the end. So again, good game to Razak, and I hope you all enjoyed. And let's just take another look at... I love watching battles that take place in the forest. Hate actually microing battles that take place in the forest. That and snow maps. I hate micromanaging on snow maps. They just don't look good to me. These Crimson Killers, though, they look pretty good. So yeah, I knew I had to rush inside this little grove of trees right here. Getting caught in the open was not an option. And there's good old Kolek. Here goes the Fist of Mork, is it called? Fist of Gork. There you go. That's the other buff spell that we cast to hold off against Kolek. And here comes the rest of the Chaos Army. Ooh! It's cool. Grimgor will be back. He'll be back. I just want to make sure I catch that Foot of Gork here. There goes the Wah. Wait, this may be it. Yep. Oh, love that spell. That's the best looking, well, one of the best looking spells in the game. Now, I really should have cast it on these Chaos Knights, but I cast it on the 2 Chaos Warriors instead. Cowardly Gabos. Nasty Skulkers, there they go. I love these little gobos. They always have a smile on their face. Crazy little killers. Let's look at these guys. Look how happy they are. They're always so happy. What's it called? There you are. It was a shame I had just used my Nasty Skulker's slowing poison thing on some Chaos Warriors over here. If I saved it for Kolek, that would have been a better option. Gosh, just look how many bodies he tramples and Chaos Knight's coming in. This game still looks just so awesome. Now Grimgor's here. Hit him in the ankles. Hit him in the ankles. Yeah. That's Grimgor's boys. Kazu hit. Kazu kit. Huh? No? That's, yeah, that's dwarves. They don't have any cool little chant they say at the end like dwarves do. It's too bad. They should have that. But thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Take care.